Have you ever walked past a building and wondered what secrets it holds? While many ancient buildings have fallen into ruin, some have not only survived but continue to fulfill their original purposes or have been adapted for modern use. Today, we're diving into the 10 oldest buildings still in use, each with a story that spans centuries. Our journey begins in the heart of the Roman Empire, in the city of Rome, where the echoes of emperors and gladiators still linger. Here, on the banks of the Tiber River, stands the Mausoleum of Hadrian, a colossal monument to imperial power and mortality. Completed in 139 CE, this imposing structure was intended to serve as the final resting place for the Emperor Hadrian and his successors. Its massive circular drum, once clad in gleaming marble, supported a conical roof topped with statues and cypress trees, a symbol of mourning in ancient Rome. Over the centuries, the mausoleum's role transformed. It served as a fortress, a papal residence, and even a prison. Today, it stands as the Castel Sant'Angelo, a museum housing a fascinating collection of art and military artifacts, a testament to its long and storied past. Our journey now takes us eastward, to the rugged landscapes of Maharashtra, India, where the Deccan Plateau holds a secret treasure, the Ellora Caves. Carved into the vertical face of a basalt cliff between 6th and 10th century, these 34 caves represent a remarkable fusion of artistry, faith, and human endeavour. Each cave is a testament to the incredible skill and vision of the ancient artisans who transformed solid rock into a canvas of divine expression. The construction of the Ellora Caves began during the reign of the Rashtrakuta dynasty, which ruled over large parts of south and central India. The site was chosen for its strategic location along an important trade route, which allowed the complex to serve not only as a religious centre, but also as a hub of cultural and economic activity. The caves are divided into 3 distinct groups, representing the 3 major religions of ancient India: Buddhism, Hinduism, and Jainism. This unique confluence of faiths within a single complex is a powerful reminder of the religious tolerance and cultural diversity that characterized ancient India. The most famous of these is Cave 16, known as the Kailasa Temple, which is dedicated to Lord Shiva. This massive structure is the largest monolithic rock excavation in the world, carved from a single piece of rock. The temple features a multi-storied facade, elaborate sculptures and intricate reliefs depicting scenes from Hindu mythology. Today, the Ellora Caves are a UNESCO World Heritage Site and one of India's most popular tourist destinations. The caves continue to be used for religious purposes, with pilgrims visiting the temples to offer prayers and perform rituals. We travel now to the arid landscapes of the Sinai Peninsula in Egypt, where nestled at the foot of the legendary Mount Sinai stands one of the oldest working Christian monasteries in the world, St. Catherine's Monastery. Founded in the 6th century during the reign of Emperor Justinian I, the monastery has been a centre of religious, historical and cultural significance for over 1,400 years. It is revered not only by Christians but also by Jews and Muslims due to its association with the biblical figure of Moses and the site where he is believed to have received the 10 Commandments. St. Catherine's Monastery is not only a place of worship but also a treasure trove of historical artifacts. It houses an extraordinary collection of ancient manuscripts and icons, second only to the Vatican in terms of its significance and volume. These priceless relics provide invaluable insights into early Christian theology, liturgy and art, making the monastery a vital centre for religious scholarship and preservation. Today, St. Catherine's Monastery continues to be a living monument, with monks maintaining the centuries-old traditions of prayer, study and hospitality. The Great Stupa at Sanchi is one of the oldest and most important Buddhist monuments in India. Located in the state of Madhya Pradesh, the stupa was originally commissioned by the Mauryan Emperor Ashoka in the 3rd century BCE. It serves as a symbol of Buddhist faith and has been a site of pilgrimage and worship for over 2,000 years. Unlike traditional temples, the Great Stupa does not house an image of the Buddha. Instead, it embodies the essence of Buddhist philosophy, focusing on the relics and the teachings rather than the physical representation of the Buddha. The stupa's design follows the principles of Buddhist cosmology, with the dome representing the universe and the central relic chamber symbolizing the axis of the world. The stupa is also a mandala, a sacred diagram that represents the cosmos and is used as an aid in meditation. Today, the Great Stupa at Sanchi is a UNESCO World Heritage Site and a major tourist attraction. The site continues to be a place of pilgrimage for Buddhists, who visit the stupa to pay their respects and perform rituals. Located in the town of Arles, in the Provence region of southern France, is one of the best preserved Roman amphitheatres in the world, the Arles Amphitheatre. Built around 90 CE during the reign of Emperor Domitian, the amphitheatre was designed to host gladiatorial contests, animal hunts and other public spectacles. The games and spectacles held in the amphitheatre were not only a source of entertainment, but also a way for the Roman authorities to display their power and reinforce social order. The gladiatorial games, in particular, were seen as a demonstration of Roman virtues such as courage, endurance, and martial prowess. In the centuries following the fall of the Roman Empire, the amphitheatre underwent significant changes. During the Middle Ages, it was transformed into a fortress, with houses, a chapel, and even a small village built within its walls. Today, the amphitheatre continues to be used for public events, including bullfights, concerts, and theatrical performances. These events, while different from the spectacles of ancient Rome, maintain the amphitheatre's role as a centre of cultural life in Arles. The rugged coastline of Galicia in northwest Spain is home to a monumental structure standing on a rocky peninsula overlooking the Atlantic Ocean, the Tower of Hercules. The tower is the oldest Roman lighthouse still in use today and has guided sailors safely to shore for nearly 2,000 years. The Tower of Hercules was constructed during the reign of the Roman Emperor Trajan around the early 2nd century CE. Its original purpose was to guide ships navigating the treacherous waters of the northwestern coast of the Iberian Peninsula, an area known for its rocky shores and frequent storms. One of the unique features of the Tower of Hercules is the ancient Roman inscription that was discovered during one of the restoration projects. The inscription, dedicated to the Roman gods Mars and Mercury, provides valuable insight into the tower's original construction and its significance within the Roman Empire. In the modern era, the Tower of Hercules has been equipped with contemporary lighting technology, allowing it to continue its original function as a lighthouse. The tower's light, which is visible for over 20 nautical miles, remains an essential guide for maritime traffic in the region. Few buildings on Earth can rival the historical and architectural grandeur of the Hagia Sophia. Located in the heart of Istanbul, Turkey, this magnificent structure has borne witness to empires rising and falling, to the ebb and flow of civilizations. Its strategic location has made it a focal point of cultural and religious significance for nearly 1,500 years. Originally constructed in the 6th century CE, during the reign of the Byzantine Emperor Justinian I, the Hagia Sophia was intended to be a cathedral unlike any other. Justinian envisioned a building that would surpass the grandeur of all other churches, a symbol of the might and sophistication of the Byzantine Empire. The interior of the Hagia Sophia was no less impressive. The vast nave, with its towering columns and expansive arches, created a sense of divine grandeur. For centuries, the Hagia Sophia stood as a symbol of the Byzantine Empire's power and piety. It was the center of Orthodox Christianity and a beacon of the empire's cultural and religious influence, drawing pilgrims and visitors from across the known world. However, the Hagia Sophia's story is one of constant change and adaptation. Over the centuries, it has been transformed and repurposed, reflecting the shifting tides of history and the diverse cultures that have claimed it as their own. In 1453, Constantinople fell to the Ottoman Empire, and the Hagia Sophia was converted into a mosque. This marked a new chapter in its history, as it became a symbol of the Ottoman Empire's power and a place of Islamic worship. The Ottomans added minarets and other Islamic architectural features, blending their own cultural elements with the existing Byzantine structure. Today, Hagia Sophia continues to be a place of worship as well as a major tourist attraction and a symbol of Istanbul's rich history. Its status as both a mosque and a World Heritage Site reflects the ongoing dialogue between tradition and modernity, faith and history. In the heart of Yemen's harsh and unforgiving desert, a city rises from the sands like a mirage. This is Shibam, a remarkable city often referred to as the Manhattan of the desert, due to its unique and towering mud brick skyscrapers. This ancient city, dating back to the 2nd century CE, is one of the oldest continuously inhabited cities in the world. Shibam's mud brick buildings, some of which reach up to 8 stories high, have stood the test of time, enduring centuries of natural and human challenges. The city's origins date back over 2,000 years, making it one of the oldest urban settlements in Yemen and the Arabian Peninsula. The city was initially established as a trading hub along the ancient incense route, which connected the Arabian Peninsula with the Mediterranean and the Indian subcontinent. The city of Shibam, as it is known today, began to take shape during the 16th century, when the construction of the iconic mud brick skyscrapers began. These buildings were designed not only as residences, but also as defensive structures, providing protection against tribal conflicts and flooding from the nearby Wadi. Despite its ancient origins, Shibam remains a vibrant, living city, with its buildings still serving as homes, shops, and places of worship for its residents. The Theatre of Marcellus, located in the heart of Rome, is a striking testament to the grandeur of Roman architecture and the enduring legacy of the Roman Empire. Commissioned by Julius Caesar and completed by his grandnephew and successor, Emperor Augustus, in 13 BCE, the theatre was named in honor of Augustus's nephew, Marcus Claudius Marcellus, who was also his intended heir before his untimely death. The theatre was one of the largest of its kind, capable of seating up to 20,000 spectators. It was primarily used for theatrical performances, including dramas, comedies, and musical shows. Over the centuries, the Theatre of Marcellus underwent several transformations. After the fall of the Roman Empire, the theatre, like many other ancient buildings, fell into disrepair. During the Middle Ages, it was repurposed as a fortress by the Orsini family, who built a palace on top of the ancient structure. In the Renaissance period, the Savelli family acquired the site and designed a new palace on the ruins of the theatre, the Palazzo Savelli. Today, the Theatre of Marcellus is a fascinating example of how ancient structures have been repurposed and adapted over time. The upper floors of the Palazzo Savelli are now private apartments, while the lower levels, including the ancient arches, remain accessible to the public. In the city of Rome in Italy stands one of the most extraordinary and best preserved monuments of ancient Roman architecture, the Pantheon. Originally built as a temple to all the gods of ancient Rome, the Pantheon has survived nearly 2,000 years of political upheaval, natural disasters, and changing religious practices. The Pantheon, as it stands today, was completed by the Roman Emperor Hadrian around 125 CE. though it bears an inscription crediting an earlier construction to Marcus Agrippa, a statesman during the reign of Augustus. The original Pantheon, built by Agrippa in 27 BCE, was destroyed by fire in 80 CE, and the current structure was commissioned by Hadrian to replace it. The most striking feature of the Pantheon is its massive dome, which remains the largest unreinforced concrete dome in the world. The dome is a marvel of ancient engineering, showcasing the Romans' mastery of concrete construction and their understanding of structural mechanics. The Pantheon's dome has inspired architects for centuries, serving as a model for structures such as St. Peter's Basilica in Vatican City, the US Capitol in Washington, D.C., and the Pantheon in Paris. Today, the Pantheon remains not only a significant historical site, but also a functioning church and a symbol of Rome's enduring legacy.